Alright, just went to the store and got my Vita and a bunch of games, and I'm going to go home, play it, and let you guys know what I think of it on official launch day of PlayStation Vita. Alright, so I got this thing open, and a few things that I'm noticing already that I guess I didn't really notice or didn't really read into. I'm not the type of person that really delves into every aspect of a new system coming out, or basically anything about what's going to be packed in with it, how the games are going to be packaged. I'm not that into knowing every little detail. I just really care about the games and the bare information of the system. One thing that obviously I knew was the Vita was still going to have memory cards. It's ridiculous of how small the freaking memory cards are for the Vita. I mean, that's about the size of a thumbnail. I believe this is roughly the same size as the PSP Go ones were. It's just, for me, I mean, I take really good care of my stuff, and I know, I'm not going to lose it. It's going to go in my Vita and stay in my Vita. But for younger kids, I mean, that's just asking for it to get lost. The other funny thing is that when they moved over from the UMD discs from the PSP to putting the Vita games on little cartridges, like that, little cards, sort of like the DS games, I figured they would make it so you could just save your games onto the cards. No, they still made it, obviously, so you have to buy a memory card. So I thought that kind of sucked. I mean, I don't know the logistics or tech reasons why they didn't or couldn't do it or whatever, but I don't personally see why they couldn't have made it so you could just save the damn games on the little carts themselves. Okay, so here's my system. Obviously there's billions of videos up and pictures and stuff, so you guys know what it looks like. I am surprised by the weight of it. I played the store demo one, but it's attached to a shell, a holder case for it, so it makes it deceivingly feel like it's going to be heavy. But it actually is pretty damn, weighty to it. It has a good feel. The front screen, it can get fingerprints on it. Obviously, it's a touch screen, but I noticed that it doesn't suck them. It doesn't automatically like a magnet for fingerprints. You sort of have to have really greasy hands or chicken grease fingers, I guess. But I have yet to turn it on yet. I'm just took it out of the package, and I wanted to show, obviously it comes with, you got your little USB cable and your charger, AC wall adapter. And funny thing is, comes with, which I didn't know that came with these, Vita little AR cards, augmented reality cards like the 3DS came with. Kind of interesting that they didn't even try to name them something else. So that's sort of a borrowed thing from the 3DS. And then the games I picked up, I got 4 games. There, I had a bunch pre-ordered. I just could not pick them up all today, cost-wise, with the system, memory card, and all that crap. I got Touch My Katamari. I got Dungeon Hunter Alliance, Army Corps of Hell, and the big blockbuster title for the Vita launch, Uncharted Golden Abyss. Out of these, I didn't pick up. I had Ninja Gaiden Plus also pre-ordered. I had the Shinobi 2, and I think that's it. Those are the only 2 Vita games. Ninja Gaiden Plus, I played that. I played Ninja Gaiden in the different iterations it's come out over the last, decade so many times, so I figured I could wait on that one a little bit. And Shinobi was another $40 game, and I decided to pick up Touch My Katamari because it was cheaper. But, so yeah, those are, I'm going to go through and play a little bit of each, just sort of get a feel for it, and then I'll talk about that a little later. What was one other thing I wanted to mention? The memory card. My version, I just got the wireless bundle. I do not play portable gaming enough outside of my house. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but I just don't really take them anywhere. I'm either at work, or I'm at home, or I'm out hanging out with friends. So I never really have, the system like on a bus or anywhere like that. I go on tour a lot, and it would seem like it would make sense to take a portable thing on tour, but I'm working so much and during the day and then sleeping at night, while we're driving, so it's I really don't have a lot of playtime out there. Also, plus I just don't want to lose it or have any issues. So I bought just the wireless one, not the 3G version. Was sort of bummed that the 3G version came with a memory card, as well as a few other things, an 8 gig memory card. I actually accidentally had the 3G one pre-ordered, didn't even realize it, and decided I was still just going to go for the wireless one because I would still save a little bit of money. I don't need an 8 gig memory card. I don't download anything. I'm not putting music on it. I'm just playing my games. So it didn't make sense for me, money-wise to spend, even if it was an extra $25, that's still $25. It was still, technically me almost getting, another game for it. So I just got the wireless. I did realize afterwards I did not get a damn case, and that kind of sucks because, all you get with the system is this little styrofoam pouch for it. So, so now I gotta either get a case or trying to find somewhere safe to put it so it doesn't get all dusty. One thing I noticed that's sort of a bummer, but not that big of a deal, I guess, is none of the games come with instruction booklets. You're just buying basically a case with a cover and the game in it. I have a feeling that's going to be the way it goes with a lot of things in the future. There's already companies, game developers and publishers that don't put in the booklets with the cases anymore. That's been kind of going on for a little while now, just here and there, but all 4 games I bought don't come with it. I didn't read anything about beforehand that's definitely stated that none of them were, but apparently, obviously, none of them are. So that kind of sucks. I always liked having a little booklet to flip through, and while you just open the game, you want to read some stuff about it. It's just sort of more of a nostalgia thing, but not that big of a deal, I guess. Getting the little game cards in, a little slot like that, and the memory card, they have these little, panels you flip up, and they have, that, it's sort of like a cell phone charger slot on a phone where it's just held on by a little floppy piece of plastic. It's sort of annoying just trying to get the game in there with a little piece of plastic flopping over, and I'm really delicate with my stuff, so I like to make sure it goes in and doesn't, scratch the front label on the game, that kind of crap. I know not everyone's going to be that anal, but it's just sort of annoying to try to flop around with that little panel while trying to get your game in. Oh well, just being really picky, I guess. Watching a little introductory video. The screen on this thing is just amazing. I mean, that's definitely its biggest selling point to me. It's just so crisp and clear. Few things I noticed. When turning the system on for the first time, you have to hold down the power button for 5 seconds. I'm sure at my gaming store we're going to get people calling in, at least a couple saying, "My system's broken, it won't turn on." It'll be funny, and we'll laugh at them. Because all you gotta do is read the instructions. But the other thing is I noticed the speakers are right under where my thumbs lay if I'm using like the directional pad or the triangle, circle, square buttons on the right hand side. Sort of sucks because I guess I have fairly big thumbs, so it sort of muffles and covers up the audio. Luckily the volume on high is pretty decent, but still I think that's just a dumb placement for where the speakers go on here. Alright, I got Dungeon Hunter Alliance in here. I'm going to play it for a little bit, and then give you a little quick, first 5-10 minute review. I'm just going to do that for these games. Obviously, I'm not going to try to fucking play them all the way through or anything like that. This is just a day of, first impression kind of deal. Okay, I was about to start the game. It went to go sign into my PlayStation Network profile. The Vita needed a system update. Said something about adding video now to the photo section. It's like, god damn, why can't they just launch this stuff with it built in on day of? The first thing I want to do is not have to update a bunch of crap. But, so almost to gameplay. It's still updating. It's funny because when you first turn it on, it asks you, would you like to sign in your PlayStation Network account right away? And you can't because it says the system needs an update. So even right from the get-go, it's sort of flawed in the sense of turning it on and just getting going. So I have about
2.5 minutes left of this update now. Okay, Dungeon Hunter Alliance. First impression, graphics-wise, looks like a decent, PS2 game, nice and crisp, or a really decent downloadable game off the PlayStation Network or iPhone or something. It's not going to blow your mind with the graphical capability of the Vita's not being really used much in this one. Um, it has back touch controls. It has front touch. You can zoom in and out by pinching the screen. Um, but the back touch. Oh, there's the first enemy I'm coming to. Back touch is a little funky because I can see, especially if they use it in a game where you kind of have to use it quickly. My fingers rest back there. When you have more than one finger resting on the back touch, it won't work properly. You have to have only one finger at a time. And in this game, you can move the little fairy back and forth, either with the back touch or with the analog nub, and it's just sort of an awkward, to actually drag your fingers across the back here. It just seems a little odd. Tapping, if it's just tapping, I can see that being no problem. Um, the controls though, it feels good. The analog sticks control well. Um, I don't feel like my hand's going to cramp up or anything, really quickly just from the position of holding it. But my fingers do lightly rest on the back touch a little bit, so that's going to be a little funky. I don't know if there's these little indentions you can see right there. I guess, it's sort of like it would make sense for your fingers to hold into them, but then you got to kind of hold the system like this, and I can't really get a good grip on it like that. So I don't know. I'll have to find the comfortable holding position for this thing.
Okay, both Uncharted and Army Corps of Hell I have played. I played them in the store. Uncharted, it looks beautiful. Obviously, it's the prettiest blockbuster game for the launch of the Vita. Controls, it basically uses every type of control that the Vita can do. The touch on the front, the back touch, the tilt mechanic of the system. It controls well with the analog sticks. I played probably about the first 15 minutes or so of the game. It looks to me like basically the first Uncharted on the PlayStation 3, just without looking at them side by side. That's what my brain compared them to, graphics wise. I don't see any reason why this version I wouldn't be able to enjoy just as much as the other ones. I didn't get a feel of I'm playing a portable version of Uncharted. It feels just from those first 15 minutes like a normal real Uncharted game. So if you liked them on the PS3, where you never played them and you're looking for like an adventure Tomb Raider style, a little bit of puzzle solving, definitely a good pickup. The Army Corps of Hell is put out by Square Enix. It is also made by the original people that did the Pikmin. It plays a lot like Pikmin, basically, except you're playing as little demons to control. In that sense, it might look similar to Overlord that came out on 360 and PS3. There was Overlord and Overlord 2. But it does play more like a Pikmin. It's not getting that great of reviews. The level designs are a little boring, and it has a little bit of control issues. It's okay. The main reason why I picked it up is I always try to pick up the quirkier, weirder games, and it does have a cool cover on it. But maybe that would be a pass for some people until it dropped in price. I have a feeling that one might drop in price in the first few months pretty quick. And then Touch My Katamari. I played just a few minutes ago a little bit of. I didn't record any of it because it's basically a Katamari game. I've played them all. I own them all. The new features of this one basically are being able to squish your Katamari in different directions. you have a little bit more control over your ball and what you're doing. You can stretch and move it around. But for the most part, if you've played Katamari before, this is not going to be anything new to you. You're rolling up objects and bigger balls of larger and larger objects. That is, I guess, about it. I hopefully will, get my Ninja Gaiden and my Shinobi within the next few weeks, and I would say that for first, hands-on, for more than about an hour or so with the Vita, I think it's beautiful in the sense of graphics. The Uncharted definitely being, the highlight of graphic-wise. It's so crisp and clear. The front touch. Very responsive. Barely have to touch it to get any action on. Back touch a little bit funky with finger placement. Speakers are in a funky spot. The thing is, I wouldn't really say, besides just the graphical capability of it, it's not mind-blowingly anything different. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I mean, it has a lot of features that like the PSP didn't have, and has a lot of features that the 3DS doesn't have, but a lot of stuff it does do, it's just sort of tweaking from other systems or from past systems. I mean, yes, you do now have a front camera and a back camera on a Sony handheld system that you don't have to buy an extra piece to clip on the top for. Tilt mechanics isn't really anything new. That's in the 3DS, and it's in the iPhone. But hopefully this thing will do okay. I'll be a little bummed if they have to do a price drop for it like they did with the 3DS, since I'm an early adopter of it. But I think it's priced for what it is. I think it's priced good. I mean, it's $250 good, priced well. That's better English. $250 for the just wireless version. For what it can do, for the amount of games, good quality games that came out for it. And when I say good quality, maybe they don't get great reviews. Maybe only a few of them are getting really great reviews. But I mean, just in the fact of deeper than, just a couple sports titles or a cartoon title and a movie title that would launch, with a new system. You actually got some choice. I mean, I couldn't even buy all the games I had pre-ordered for it on launch day. So, and that's very rare. That does not happen. I would say, if I had to give it a number or a letter or whatever, I'd say, thumbs up, 8 out of 10 for a launch system, and, pick one up if you have extra $250 or $300 lying around, go grab one, give it a chance. I'm more happy with the launch of Vita than I am with the PSP, the original PSP, just mainly for the amount of games, and this is one heck of a piece of technology. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little review. Peace out. Talk to you later.